We're on our way to the Dr. Salvador Allende Latin American School of Medicine. It's just on the outskirts of Caracas. That's where we're going to meet this group of Palestinian students. They're here in the city studying medicine as part of a new program by the Venezuelan government. On November 6, 119 Palestinian students arrived here in Venezuela to begin a new life studying medicine. It's part of a new program called the Yasser Arafat Scholarship Program granted by the Venezuelan government. And while they're excited to start this new life studying here in Venezuela, they also leave behind their home country, much of it devastated by recent Israeli attacks. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Let me just start with you, Isra, is that right?
Yes.
You've been here for about 14 days now.
Yes.
So how are you adjusting to life in Venezuela? Tell us about how that's been like for you.
Well, at the beginning it was hard. You know, I mean, I left behind my family, my friends, my life. But now I'm adjusting to it. I'm getting used to it. And everything here is available, you know. And people are helping us. I mean, Venezuelan government has done us so much, and we're very grateful for her. You know, she gave us everything. I mean, we don't need anything. I mean, we ask and they give. We are very, very grateful for that. I mean, this is a huge opportunity for us to be here, to learn, to study medicine. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Mohammed, take me back to that moment that you get off the plane here in Caracas, and you know that you have this new opportunity coming for you. What was that like for you? That feeling as you step off that plane, walk down the steps?
It was amazing. The crowd, the people. I was excited, really excited. You know, I did not think that I will win. شو يعني بنزل؟ شو يعني بنزل؟ Getting down from the plane will be that overwhelming. Yes.
So what were you feeling in that moment? Just excitement.
Excitement, yes. A new opportunity, a new life, a new thing.
Is that anything before you came here, did you ever imagine that you would be in Venezuela now studying medicine?
Never. Well, my mother is from Spain.
Uh-huh.
If I thought for 1 second that I will be in a Latin country, I would ask her to teach me Spanish. You know?
And so she speaks Spanish?
Yes, she's Spanish from Gran Canaria.
Okay, and I understand you guys have been taking Spanish classes for 2 weeks now, every day. So how is your Spanish? How is that coming along? ¿Qué tal tu español?
Mm-hmm. We started to take Spanish classes since we get here in Venezuela, and we learned Spanish, and we have some vocabularies in Spanish which is similar to English.
Right, so it's coming along little by little.
See, we are learning.
You're even saying sí now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I speak Spanish now because I was having a Spanish class before this meeting.
And you're taking those every day for an hour or so?
Yeah.
And Isra, if you could explain to me how this process worked, how did you find out about this scholarship? How did you apply? And how did you eventually end up here in Venezuela?
I heard about it from the Minister of Education in Palestine. It put an announcement about it, so I applied for it, and eventually I got accepted. They asked some papers, some paperwork. Of course, there was in the process. We went to the Minister of Education. We applied for it. We waited for the exception, and then we came here. They told us about the flight date. They told us about the scholarship, what it involves, about, yeah, and what is it about, and what's the name of university and everything.
Was it difficult, that process?
No, it was like very simple, but it took amount of time. It took like 2 months until we really knew about everything, and when the time we're going to travel and that kind of things, and details. Yeah.
And do you know if it's very selective? I mean, is it hard were there a lot of applicants hoping to get this opportunity?
There was, but they were, how do we say it? Oh. Standards. There were standards for it, but they accepted as much, like 119 students there was in the scholarship who got accepted. Yeah, it was very selective, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so what about for you, Mohammed, when I assume you applied in a similar way?
Well, yes, in a similar way, but it was not from the Minister of Education. It was the Venezuelan embassy in Jordan.
Okay, and explain to us that you lived in Jordan, correct?
Yes, I live in Jordan.
But
they told me when I was born that I am a refugee, that I can't back home because that my land was occupied by something called Israel. So I'm living in Jordan like another 3 million people like me. And there is refuge in Jordan, Syria, Lebanon. And we all live the same way, but in Lebanon they are living the worst. They can't buy things, they can't have the education, they don't have nothing. They are only refuge in شو يعني مكان هيك ما بنعشش فيه.
A place they can't live.
Yes, in our place they can't live at all, and governments are not supporting them, not supporting the cause.
And so, Mohammed, you lived in Jordan. You grew up knowing that your roots were in Palestine. Explain that to me as a child growing up. What did you learn about your homeland?
Well, I learned that my homeland is all I got. There is the sky I want. That there is the, I can't describe my homeland because it's something inside. Well, I have a land, and they took us from me. So how can I take it back? So how can I live inside my country? Well, country is not something material. It's something more emotional, like that.
And what have you come to realize, or how have your beliefs and ideals evolved as an adult?
As an adult, well, I am thinking about an idea. How can I unite all the humanity for the cause? It's a noble cause. It's a revolutionary cause. Someone who steals something, okay, and some countries who are supporting شو يعني المهاجم. لا, offender or attacker.
Either.
Offender, okay. They are supporting the offender over the victim. Okay. I'm looking for an idea. How can I unite all the world against that attacker? Just.
Okay, so Mohammed, you grew up in Jordan. Joseph, you grew up in Palestine, in Gaza. Tell me a little bit more about your life growing up in Gaza, your homeland, your family.
The life in Gaza is hard life. The life in Gaza is a hard life because every day we have an aggressive acts from the Israel. I lost a lot of my friends. I lost a lot of my families. So hard. It was so hard to live in Gaza.
Were you always fearful that Israel would
see.
launch another attack like I'm sure you had seen before?
Yes, we always feel in fear, we always scared. We pray for safety, not for money, just we pray for safety. We need safety only. That's what we need.
And what about the most recent Israeli attack? You were telling me earlier you lost a family member, right?
Yeah. In the last war in Gaza, 2014, I lost my cousin. He was one of my best friends. He was in his work and he died. Simply.
He was working and a rocket hit the building he was in.
No, he was in a street in his work. Yeah, he has a shop.
And so what's that like to live in a place like that where you're under that constant fear that another attack is going to be launched?
But it is our land. Yeah, we can't leave it. Although there is attack, but it's our land, we can't leave it.
Okay, and Isra, I understand you're from Palestine and the West Bank. Tell me a little bit about your family, about where you're from.
I'm from Nablus. It's in West Bank. I live in a normal house, you know. But life in West Bank is really hard, also, you know. There are checkpoints in each road, you know. I mean, a trip must take like 15 minutes. It takes 2 hours to get there because of the checkpoints. There are places that we cannot visit because Israel has that occupied it. You know, I have like family, relatives living in those places. I can't visit. I can't see them. You know, I have to have clarifies, and I can't. I mean, it's very hard.
Why can't you?
Because Israel can't stop us. We can't. Because they do not want us to visit that land.
Why not?
Because they consider it as their home, but it's ours. And they can't understand that. That's why we have wars we have had, because they think that this is their land, but no, it's our land. It's always going to be our land.
Why is it your land?
It's our homeland. We were born there. Our parents, our grandparents. It's, as he said, it's something emotional inside of us. You know, we have it. It's ours, not them.
And so when you see of new Israeli settlements planned in the news, what do you think about that? How does that make you feel?
It feels, you know, not good. I mean, how can you make a settlement with them? I mean, there's no settlement. They have to get off from our land. It's ours, not theirs. They have to understand that, but they can't. They don't understand, unfortunately.
And tell me a little bit about your family.
My family has, what can I tell you about my family? It's like a normal family, you know. Like I have my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister only. We live a normal life, but of course life in Palestine is very hard, as we said, Ariel. We don't have money, so this scholarship was a great opportunity for us. I mean, to be a doctor and come back to my land and cure and help people there and wounded and everyone there. I mean, it's like, I'm very grateful for this scholarship and for the government of Venezuela, really. And Hugo Chavez, and the President Hugo Chavez, and the President Nicolas Maduro, who started this scholarship and who gave us this opportunity. And of course, the University of Ilam, you know, it's the Latin, Mahad. How do you say Mahad? The school of Ilam. It's really helpful. And of course, the General Union of Palestinian students who helped us very much in this scholarship, who told us about it, who helped us very much. I mean, we are very grateful for them. And of course, our ambassador, Linda Subh, who lives here. She's like our mother in here. She helped us very, very much, you know. She gave us everything we need. She told us she's like our mother. We can tell her everything. We consider her as a mother, a passionate mother, Hanuna. Passionate.
So you see her often?
She comes to visit us, to check on us. She calls us. She helps us everything with what we need. You know, when we ask something, we need something, we can ask it from her. Or as I said, General Union of Palestinian students who was here before us. You know, we can ask them also. I would like to have this opportunity to thank them. I'm very grateful for them. All of us are grateful for those people, for the government of Venezuela, and the President Hugo Chavez, and President Nicolas Maduro, and our ambassador, Doctora Linda Sabah, and the General Union of Palestinian Students, and their President Uday al-Masri. We are very grateful for them. I mean, this opportunity, it was is like the limits for us. It was a dream. I mean, my dream since I was a child to be a doctor, and because of them, I was able to make that dream. I hope I will be up to the responsibility.
All right, and so Joseph, explain to me what you guys plan to do after your studies here. I know you'll be here for several years. How long will you be here? And then after you finish your studies, what's next?
First of all, it was since I was a child, it was my dream to study medicine, and I got the opportunity to study medicine here in Venezuela. I'll stay here for 7 years studying medicine. Then I'll get back to Gaza in order to help my family, my friends, my neighborhoods. That's my dream, actually.
Why is that important for you? Why do you want to do that?
Because I felt the suffering that they are now suffering it. I want to help them. They are my family, all of them.
And Mohammed, I understand you also plan to, well, explain to me what you plan to do after your studies here.
Well, I think that after studying medicine, I will go back to Gaza with my Spanish passport that I took from my mother. You know, the life of a refugee is it's not easy at all. Your people are being killed every day, being took as prisoners, everything. What can I do in Jordan? A tweet on Twitter, status on Facebook, go for some some protesting against the occupation. Well, it's not that I want. I want to be I want to do something with for my people. I want to support them. I can't see blood and just a protest or the status or a tweet on Facebook, on Twitter. So I just want to do something, something noble, you know.
So when you see the images on TV of the most recent offensive in Gaza, that makes you want to be there to help.
Yes, exactly. I want to be the change. I want to be. It's not like Che Guevara. It's people free themselves. So I want to be one of those people who want to free themselves.
But you don't have to go there. You could go to Jordan. You could practice medicine safely in Jordan. If you were to go to Gaza or a conflict zone, you're putting yourself in a lot of danger.
Well, it's not about only those who risk too far knows how far they can go. If I was looking for my safety, I'm putting them on danger while when I can help them. If I was studying engineering or something, I can't go to Gaza and do something. But as a medical doctor, I can cure them, I can heal them. I can do something there.
You're not concerned about your safety?
No, I'm not concerned about myself.
Why not?
I want my country. I want to get back my country.
Are you hopeful of that?
Yes, it's the idea that I'm living for. Told you before.
Okay, so Joseph, you guys are part of this growing solidarity internationally, really. Venezuela has been one of the leaders of that as well. You guys are part of this program. How does that make you feel, seeing this growing international support for your homeland, for your state?
In my opinion, I think all the world should, have to help us to break the solidarity, especially Arabian world, because it's the nearest people around us. For example, Venezuela gave us the opportunity to study medicine here and gave us full scholarship to study medicine in Venezuela. I think all the world have to do something like that. Yeah. Support. Supplies. And also all the world have to give supplies to the Gaza especially because it's under attack.
And you saw how much that's needed, right? I mean, what's the infrastructure damage, the damage to buildings, the damage to infrastructure?
Yeah, sure. In the war, there was a lot of destructions. A lot of buildings were destructed because of the war. So we need support in order to rebuilding them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what does it look like there right now, following the recent attack? The buildings, the streets, the homes.
I can't describe it. It was. It is now like. إيش يعني? Devastating. See. Devastating. See.
All right, Joseph, Isra, Mohammed, guys, thanks so much for taking some time for us and answering some of our questions. I'll open it up to you guys if there's anything you want to share with our viewers to finish today.
Well, as I said before, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the President Hugo Chavez and Nicolas Maduro for giving us this scholarship to help people wounded in Gaza, to help our home, to help our people. This was a major opportunity for all of us. A big thank you for them. We're always going to be grateful for them. We're always, and always.
I'd like to thank the ambassador Linda Subeh. She is like our mom. And I'd like to thank Yasser Arafat for what he did for us. Yeah, and we hope to finish studying medicine and we get back to our country to help our family, to help our friends, our people. That's what I want.
I would like to thank the Venezuelan government and the people of Venezuela who are supporting their government. Their government is one of the governments that is not for the people who like us. They are, I think they are glad for their government. And I want to thank the General United of Palestinian Students here in Venezuela with their leader, Uday al-Masri, for helping us since we came here from the beginning. They helped us a lot. Thank for them, thank for Venezuela government, thank for their people. Viva Chavez, viva Maduro, viva la revolución.
You've already learned those phrases.
Yeah.
All right, Mohammed, thank you very much. Isra and Joseph, thank you guys so much.
Thank you all for having us.
Thanks.
For from Caracas, I'm Cody Weddle. We'll see you again next week.